What's up, guys? Kevin here from Relax Learn Guitar, where you're never too old to learn. Doesn't matter if you call it a slap, a chop, a click. You'd wonder, like, how's he doing that and how can I do that? To add a little interest to how I'm playing, put another tool in your toolbox. Stick around, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. So for the purposes of the rest of this lesson, we're just going to be calling this the slap strum. It seems to be the most common thing I see out there. I've usually said clicking a lot, but this is a really good thing to have and a way to become a drummer, basically. So you're basically going to be doing this so you can add drumming along to your guitar playing, which comes in super handy if you're playing alone. Now you can do this on an acoustic guitar or electric. I think it sounds a little better and is actually a little easier to do with an acoustic guitar, so grab the acoustic if you got one. We're going to talk about how to do this. Let's get a little different angle here so I can show you exactly what's going on here. So when I first started doing this, I got tripped up a little bit because I was really paying attention to my fretting hand, my left hand, thinking it had something to do with it, and I couldn't kind of coordinate it. And the thing is, it has nothing to do with it. We're going to focus all on your strumming hand, my right hand, because this entire sound and technique comes from that strumming hand. I'm going to tell you to do this in kind of three different parts. Part one, you want to get really good at muting your strings, all 6 of your strings. Now you have your palm here. This is the kind of from your pinky down the side of your hand. That's going to rest directly onto your strings. And if you've ever watched any of my videos about palm muting, I talk about having your palm back by the bridge and finding kind of that sweet spot on your guitar. For a great little lesson on palm muting and what a difference it makes in your playing, you can check out this video. I'll leave it up above here for you. You can check that when you finish this one up. For this purpose, don't got to worry about that because we want no sound. We just want a muted sound on all 6 strings. So the first thing you want to do is rest your hand on all 6 strings and strum with a pick on all 6 strings and get this sound. Now, you might have to move your hand a little further toward your sound hole, and that's okay. This is kind of where mine lands when I play this way. So number 1, you're going to mute all 6 strings with your palm, and you're going to strum down on all 6 strings and get this sound. Now, number 2, let's talk about the slap. So if you hear that, you can hear a clicking noise, and we're not using our pick at all yet. We're just using our hand. So we're kind of slapping. It's a motion that's kind of into the strings. And what you're hearing is the metal strings of your guitar bouncing off the metal frets on your guitar for that slight click sound. What really packs a punch is when you combine that action with this action to get this. If you like this lesson so far, be sure and click that like button. I would really appreciate it. Now, it looks like one motion, but if you look real close, I do it very slowly. The first motion is my palm coming down onto the strings, like this, and then the pick through all the strings. It's part of the strum. Happens next, but it's very quick together. Looks like one action is actually 2, kind of into and through. And what we're going to do here is we're going to add this into our strumming on some downbeats, and it's going to become just kind of your part of your natural strumming pattern. So step 1, mute all the strings and be able to pick those. Step 2, get used to kind of this action. And step 3 is put those together. And I'm literally talking, guys, like sit on your couch for 5 minutes a day and just do this over and over. And get really used to making that a natural kind of feeling part of your strum, and it's going to be a lot easier to incorporate it into these strum patterns I'm going to show you next. So you're hanging out on the couch annoying everyone around you with this sound. Now what? We're going to incorporate it into some strum patterns, and like I said before, it's kind of like adding a drummer to your playing. So if you listen to drums, there's a very common it's called a backbeat. So the bass is on the floor on 1, so 1, then the snare on 2, bass on 3, snare on 4. We're going to kind of basically be playing the snare drum on this guitar. So let's do this for the first strum pattern. We're just going to do down strums, quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't matter what chord you play. Remember, this is all about your strumming hand. So let's just pick a G chord. Strum down once, then click or slap. Strum down a third, slap. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's kind of step number 1. That's on the 2 and the 4 are the most important beats to kind of use this. You can use it in lots of places, but for the purpose of this, start with this on the 2nd and 4th beat. Now we're going to add in a strum pattern that has 8th notes. So instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, we're going to add in an up strum, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And where this click sounds cool is here. So I'm doing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and down, up, slap, up, down, up, slap, up. Now a great song to practice this little skill and technique with is little Creedence Clearwater Revival. If you want to check out that lesson, I'll leave it right here for you. You can play that one after this lesson's finished. Let me know in the comments how this works out for you, if you're enjoying this new trick. And in the meantime, remember, you're never too old to learn, and I'll see you guys for the next lesson.